in some of the games too.
Definitely a possibility. I'm most excited about the potential return of Sonya.
That's also big.
We are going to go into Infernal Shrines. This will actually be the map pick of Mighty. So GG took first ban again. And we'll see how this one goes. They could close it out right now as we go into this draft. And I'm hoping we might see some more Kerrigan. It was pretty decent yesterday.
So far, the first pick has been winning all the time. Mighty picked first pick, first game, they won. GG picks first pick, second game, they won.
Yeah, I wouldn't draw too much into that right now, but I do feel like first pick is stronger.
It is, yeah.
There's direct correlation as to some of the hero picks that come in with that.
But I think that's only when the two teams are about the same strength, and maybe one of the teams are just a little bit better. But if you compare to teams like MVP Flat or L5, and it's not about it is also from the first pick, but their hero pool is just so wide and so big that just controlling of the drafting, it's amazing because they can just pick and play so many different styles of play.
Well, let's see what Good Game is going to take with that first pick now. Falset's still very strong here, so it's definitely an option. This one's a little bit less clear-cut. Zarya is not really something you want to first pick here, even though she is normally the throwaway ban at the beginning because she's so strong in general and powers a lot of different heroes. They are going to take it, though. I don't want to judge this pick too early. Let's wait and see what they want to pair it with first.
Zarya basically can go in with any team comp, I feel like. That's why it is so heavily focused. And Kerrigan, of course, has to be not Zarya. It has to be banned because Infernal Shrines.
Remember, there was a time where Tastar was one of the strongest heroes because of his ability to pair with all melee assassins when the melee assassins were getting stronger and stronger back towards the middle of summer. And Tastar and Zarya are two heroes that really just empower so many different heroes that's why she's powerful. Not in her own. It's not like, oh, they picked Zarya, the game's over. It's like, well, they have Zarya, so now all these other heroes become a lot stronger. That's why Tastar is banned here as well. We're going to see, again, the prioritization of Ragnaros here for Sands by Mighty, and they're going to bring Vala in as well. It's somewhat of a deny pick as well, so that GG can't use that with Zarya.
It looks like Malfurion and Tychus, they're picking a lot of their comfort picks. Of course, Jaehyun really liking that Malfurion today.
We don't see BDG play Tychus all that often, but I think they're taking it away from SDE. I think GG has done a lot of research for these drafts, and they're making decisions that I find to be quite intelligent given the information we have.
Yeah, that's right. They're also stealing is very important during the draft, and also takes away Johanna. If they're not going to take it, it's a good idea to ban it.
This screams, I'm going to pick Varian to me. Because there's almost no reason to ban Johanna here. Otherwise, yes, she can clear the shrine very quickly. She has strong wave clear, but it's not as impactful as that.
Maybe just take out Gul'dan also here, because Gul'dan is such a powerful wave clear.
Yeah. They may remove Li Ming. That's something that I would consider here too, because of the way SDE has been playing and how they really like to have one AD with the Li Ming paired together. The last game was an exception where we saw the Ariel. We don't really normally see that. It was the first time we've seen anything like that in this tournament, so that was rare and strange. They're probably considering the Li Ming. They're obviously considering the Varian as well. I don't think they're going to ban it because it feels too obvious.
Or also ETC, because Joker was just literally saving their butts. I was gonna
PG-13 stream. So going to be an Ariel ban, which we hadn't really talked about, but obviously pairs really well with Vala. I think this just allows Joker to take his pick of the litter. He can either go into the ETC, which is so well versed on and very strong on, or you can take the Varian because there's no Johanna to deny him into that, and that's going to be the duel there. I think with Zarya being able to have extra shields on any target that gets taunted, I'm leaning towards the ETC, personally. I think it's the more powerful choice here.
Yep, of course, Joker like super powerful on ETC every single time. Although he has not been playing his best today, I think it is possible to come back in his best shape and form. But having Tychus on the other side is quite scary as an ETC, because like if you're talking about Muradin, he can stall a few more seconds, I think ETC has a higher chance of blowing up within the couple seconds. So, but he still does go ahead and take ETC with false stats. So basically, they have a global and a potential global at 10. They might actually also go for Mosh Pit if GG does not go. Oh, okay, no Mosh Pit here.
Diablo finally and Zeratul. GG is going all out here. I love the Zeratul into the Zarya. They know Mighty doesn't have Variant anymore because they're not going to pick that as their 5th pick. It wouldn't make sense. They need a support. Really intelligent drafting here. GG is just, they have got smart drafting today. I think that's one of the things that I really want to look at. They're, the only weird things they've done in draft were the Dahaka pick, which worked out really well. And it wasn't even that strange, but it was like a little bit less normal for GG standards. That's not normally what they do. And then the Artanis. But everything else I feel like has been like textbook solid, intelligent drafting. Mighty, I feel, will just grab the Rhaegar here. I mean,
that is one of the best choice left so far, because Malfurion, of course, is already taken by Jaehyun.
I think Morales is just simply too risky with both Diablo and Zeratul.
I think they're actually thinking about Morales because they have to actually save Vala. They have to keep they have to keep ETC, Falstad, Ragnaros, and Vala alive from Tychus, Zeratul, Zarya, and it is Rhaegar at the end though.
Nasong playing some really good Rhaegar tonight, so it's not a shocker. I think the problem with Morales is just that she's too vulnerable. I like the idea, as well as what you're saying, against a different type of composition, without the Zeratul and Diablo, with maybe only one of each. It seems a little bit more enticing. But I like the drafts of both teams. Let's get into this game. Mighty could close it out 3-0 here. GG looks to force a 5th and final game. We're going to go into the map right now. It's Infernal Shrines. This is HGC Korea with Wolf and G-Clef. See you in game. Mighty Imbo, I always say see you in game, but you guys don't really see me. You see me afterwards, right before the commercial breaks. Joker on ETC, Sands on Rag, Magi on Falstad, Nasong on Rhaegar, and STE on Bella.
Oh man. And GG, BDG on Tychus, Jaehyun on Malfurion, good on Zeratul, Hooligan on Diablo, and Uj on Zarya.
Well, I mean, as this stands right now, the draft, in terms of what you've come to expect and what this meta is right now, is much better for Mighty. I think GG, especially with the Zeratul after the Zarya, that kind of combination, feels a little bit forced. Like, if Mighty just plays standard, they get an edge. GG is going to have to force picks with their Diablo. They're going to have to make this Diablo worth it. Entirely sure if that heal was worth it, speaking of which. On a full health Diablo nearly there. Alright, let's see if they can get any picks. We're going to start with this attempt. Definitely, absolutely not working out for GG.
Well, Hooligan getting smashed from the beginning. That's a lot of damage coming out from Vala since the start of the game. Well, that's one of the things about Diablo. You can go in, make the play, but put yourself in the danger. Like, huge danger, actually. Like, unless you have the cover from your entire team.
You need to find a badly positioned hero, or you need to punish a mistake with Diablo. If you just try to force the issue, as we saw Hooligan do there, you die. And BDG is going to find himself dead as well. Hooligan going in here, really interesting choice. Will he get the kill on Magi? I don't think so. That was really risky. He's going to die for it. Twice in a row. Like, this is worrisome. You know, you get the Diablo pick, but it looks like perhaps Hooligan is not as well versed on Diablo as he should be for a pick like this.
And good to out Falstad, and he was dragging the dead chicken on top of him the entire time. But this Zeratul, you gotta be careful. That's the basically the counter pick, so to say, against a Falstad. Exactly.
He forces Falstad to back, but the EXP gained is just, I mean, It was just incorrect.
And looks like the root will come in, and Sans just turns around and tries to do at least some damage before he goes down.
He does actually do quite a significant
He
amount of
actually
damage.
does, takes out half of the bow, but still, he couldn't really get anything. And Mighty, from that team fight a minute ago, they just had the lead. Like this shrine, GG can't really fight, contest at all.
They had a pick on Sans, but then they didn't try to capitalize on shrine control. They just wanted to give it up from the beginning, it looks like, and takes an EXP lead, or at least attempt to catch up EXP, and they do so. In fact, they're going to stay really split here right now, leaving Zeratul in the top lane. It's going to be a free wall for Mighty as a result, but they're just trying to keep the EXP as even as possible. They knew that this shrine was going to be a difficult one, and this is not a bad choice by any means. They could have tried to control the shrine, but with really low death timers and Sans respawning very quickly, I think it would have ended poorly for them. So, again, I feel like in terms of intelligent plays, like the smarts are definitely with GG here. Like they're making intelligent decisions. They're choosing objectives wisely. Their drafting has been very intelligent as well. But in terms of mechanics, I feel like that's what's causing Mighty to win this. I think Mighty is winning the series almost purely on mechanics alone.
I think GG really needs to have their draft and their team comp is basically for the shrine fights. I feel like they have to wait for that moment and contest. They can't just fight over the edge and just spread apart. Of course, Zeratul can get picks from the side, but that's another story other than team fight. Sure.
All right, the bot fort here, already damaged earlier from that Punisher, is now under fire by Impalers, and they're going to go down here for the gank on Wujie. Will absolutely be successful. They should easily get the fort from this as well. And good game. I'm surprised they're even going to continue to commit here. Joker, though, does get actually caught there. The cleanse used earlier on onto Sans, I believe, so using that cleanse earlier meant that he was not able to be cleansed, and they make this a 1-for-1, and also the fort does not go down. So I spoke too soon on that one, but good targeting there onto Joker.
I think they were actually trying to take it down because they had Ragnarok, of course, but GG just had the faster rotations there. They were actually a little surprised that they came out that fast. And they did take Zarya from that.
Yeah. Cleanse there just having to be used so early was the problem. We're going to see actually a faster camp here for Mighty, which is going to, unfortunately, not really work out too well with the Shrine here, because GG could just clear it as they contest the Shrine. We'll see if they actually do contest it this time, because last time they just basically pressed the forfeit button. But this time they're actually going to contest it. They're even going to send Zarya up. So Ujie is coming up. This means a lot of extra soak for Mighty, and because that bottom fort is out of ammunition, they're actually going to kill it. So they're going to get closer and closer to 10 here, and I'm worried about this being the choice, this being the Shrine that GG wants to contest.
Now, Shrine fight, you have to really, your entire team really has to, there goes the fort, you have to really make the choice if you want to take those minions or start to fight. You have to focus if you want to start the fight, or some of the teams, they end up just taking the minions, miscommunication in the middle, and Hooligan starts to go in, grabs onto Sans, but it is cleansed, but still no way of making out from that, just great body blocks coming out, but very low on Hooligan, and there goes Diablo.
All right, this is, by the way, a 4v3 fight currently, because Magi hasn't even come in. He's going to get them 10, and he can fly up now. This will be a 1 Shrine for Mighty. Sans got picked. That's really unfortunate, but I mean, you really have to give credit to how much damage he was able to do, and that Mighty was basically able to win a fight down a member, and they were only up 1 level. They did not have heroics for that fight. They have them now. And wow, we're actually going to see Mosh Pit, interestingly here. It's not the, this is not the map where it's a huge global map where global is super important. It's important on every map, obviously, but this is not the global map.
Yeah, I think they realized Falstad flying was enough for that global presence. And Falstad has been soaking so well, and on the counteract from GG's side to really mark on that Falstad, Zeratul was nowhere close to it sometimes, but not all the time. So I guess Mighty just went out and chose the Mosh Pit. We saw the positioning of L5 yesterday against the Mosh Pit. They were basically all over the map. They knew the Mosh Pit was going to come in, power slide from somewhere, so just all spread apart. Let's see how well they can react to it.
Good got some extra soak. They have 10 now. It's going to be Apocalypse instead of Lightning Breath, so they'll be able to maybe link some stuns together here. Really, they actually don't have very many stuns at all. We get a root into an Apocalypse, that sort of combo, or out of the Void Prison. There's definitely some potential there. The Expulsion Zone going to help out with that a lot. They're down 2 levels, though. And the Rain of Vengeance. Cute there, SD. That was pretty cute. They're actually going to try to make this their fight. This is a risky invade by GG. I love that Gust. And now Hooligan and Good are locked in. Good tries to use his Void Prison to escape. He nearly dies to the Impalers. Oh, dodges, Sans attacks both of them. Very beautiful moves there by Good, but this is a one exchange for GG.
Look at that sick combo of just heroic Void Prison, Apocalypse, and Twilight Dream right on top of 3 of Mighty. That was big, and Mighty really tried Ancestral Healing at the right time, but Joker getting caught from the beginning, I think that had changed a lot because he lost so much health from the beginning of the fight. And Magi really tried his best from the side, but that was basically it. The 0-2 was also marking him at the same time.
Good is so greedy in this game with how everything he's been doing. He's a EXP machine. He wants more than that more than anything. He's been soaking non-stop, not even hearthing when low here because he just wants to get that extra wave before coming back. You can actually go into this camp as well to clear it, and with the heals he's been given, he will never need to hearth now. They do sort of, you know, like kind of get closer in EXP from that last exchange, that team fight. But there's no objective to take from it, so kind of everybody but Mighty respawns, and they still weren't able to get 13, so Mighty's still significantly ahead here.
I like the choice of going all the way down, because even though they only had a little info where the entire team GG were before they actually took the camp, they went a little bit aggressive because they had the talent lead, and here comes the Gust. They basically spread apart. 3 Hooligan, but tanking some damage. BDG put down that laser drill. Looks like if that great smash to finish off Ragnaros.
All right, we're going to see Rain of Vengeance coming down here. Jaehyun was isolated for so long. Good again, kind of carrying this fight with his Void Prism. Ancestral does finally go off, but the APOC combo is strong. As Good, it does as much damage as he can. This is a one fight for GG again. And the Apocalypse combo there was really nice and all, but it's amazing that they were able to save Jaehyun in general. And that was really Good and Hooligan. They were able to, Hooligan was able to peel for him, and then Good came and got that amazing Void Prism, and then Jaehyun is just fine. And very well done. GG is bringing the team fights in for sure now that they have their heroics, and they're even now on talent tiers, and they're looking to take this shrine.
Both teams does not have too much heroics, but Joker does have Mosh. Big Mosh goes in, but cancelled immediately right there. Joker goes down, and it is now GG on to the chase. Mighty just has to go back home without 2 of their members gone from the fight.
Good is killing it right now. He actually can get onto Magi. Magi with a huge rotational decision here to actually go through there. Good's not going to use his Vorpal because it's just a little bit too far away, but he nearly got a kill there. And it's interesting to see how well Good's been playing today. I don't feel like he's really shined. That's not a word. He hasn't really shown as a player yet, as a star until today. Like, he absolutely is a strong mechanical player. We've seen it in this series. As Dahaka played now on the Zeratul. Zeratul is really the most impactful hero that we're seeing right now. The Void Prism's been on point. He's been able to pressure Falstad in the backlines over and over and over again. Once he got Void Prison, I mean, he is really turning this game around.
And even Cleanse was already used, and let's see, this combo does work. And Twilight Dream also lands on Rhaegar's gone by that time. Sans also in trouble all the way at the end. GG's landing all those CCs, and Magi actually landed in a quite dangerous zone, but he manages to escape from that.
Yeah,
wow, GG just... I think Hooligan is actually initiating at the right moment, and Mighty just being a little bit not too cautious about what they can actually do. On top of the things, they fell for the exact same trap like 2 times already.
Oh man, Joker actually commits really hard here. Good actually used Vorpal and gets nearly baited into a kill there, but immediately Jaehyun heals him and he does escape just barely. But this is a really powerful position for GG. They have this pressured fort. They're not going to get it, but they back off here. They're very, very close to 16, and with no global heroes, they're still out, ahead in EXP because they've been winning team fights. Good is just constantly soaking this top lane. Because there's no fort in the top lane and because he's been leaving it there, there's always kind of free EXP waiting for him up there, so he rotates over and gets it because it's on their side of the map. It's safe to do so. As a result, as soon as Mighty sees that Zeratul is in the top lane, they invade this camp. So good decision here by Mighty. Okay, we have 5v4 here. We're moving together as 5. We just need to get 16, so let's not take any unnecessary risks. The waves are pushed. It's hard for us to soak, so let's just take the entire map full of camps. And Hooligan all alone here, actually. This is a very aggressive position.
See how dangerous Hooligan actually positions himself. He's way too aggressive, but that's the thing. Zarya has that shield available for him, and whenever he has to make that escape, they can make that happen just like this. And multi-core just used. Actually pretty effective against GG right now, taking a lot of health.
Okay, good has to Void Prison here, but we're going to see the APOC combo once more. There's a big stun. Basically, Rhaegar doesn't exist. See you later, Nasong. 2 kills, 3 kills already. SDE. See if he goes for the Vorpal. He does. SDE still gets away. I don't want to give Hooligan credit for that one. They have to give credit to Good yet again. I feel like basically Hooligan is like, all right, I'm going to get these kills. I'm going to go in, and everyone's like, oh, wait. And Good's like, I got this. It's fine. It's Hooligan. You're no big deal, man. We got this. I'll just void him. Just press APOC. We're fine.
This is the power of Zarya into any team comp. Like going in deep, even if your frontline warrior overextends a little bit, you can just basically shield him and also use that expulsion zone just to make safety exit for your front line, just like what happened. And great, they just have so much CC and it's been hitting Mighty all the time. Maybe, I don't want to point on Joker too much, but Mosh Pit is barely any use in this kind of team fights right now.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that, as we see Falstad just dies immediately. Magi outpositioned here, and I'm not even sure why Mighty is contesting this. Like, there is literally zero reason for them to be here right now, and they're going to get wiped as a result. 4 will die, and that is going to make this Punisher all the more powerful. Somebody give me one reason why they should have gotten there. There's zero.
I think they thought this could have been their actual last chance before they hit 20, because they knew the Punisher was going to come out anyhow, and that they have the equal talent. So they tried it. Did not work. First false that blew up by the even Observer. When Observer got there, he was already blowing up, and ETC really not able to use that Mosh into any kind of form.
GG had superior positioning, and Magi died because
Look at that CC, it's amazing. Like ETC can't even do anything.
Magi died because they went in there, rushed. They were like, let's go, we gotta hurry. They're about to finish it. They went in, rushed. And as a result was picked immediately, and the fight was over from that point on with all the CC you just described. They didn't even have to use Void APOC, didn't really use a whole lot of heroics at all there, and now they're actually on the core. There's the Draken here. This very well may just be game. They're going to commit to it. I don't think Mighty has what it takes to stop this. Sanj is going to try, though. Do put off a silence here. Core is down now to 30%. Will they get it? Good is on top. I think this is going to be game over here. We're going to a 5th game, G-Clef. That's it. GG, quite literally.
And looks like that Diablo is very happy to take that win with all that fire. It looks like a real Diablo now. And look at those combos. It's amazing. Well played by GG. And very good game, as they are the GG.
Hooligan definitely making a lot of mistakes in the early game, though, and also, a few of those moments, like, it was definitely a bit too far forward. Good was the real hero of that game. All of his Void Prisons were really good. He was always isolating Falstad, making sure that he wasn't unable to get into the fight. And Good 2 games in a row in this series, both the Dahaka game and this one. He looks on fire. And I don't know what Mighty's going to do now. They have, of course, the ability to take first pick back away. In terms of maps, we've already seen Cursed, Towers of Doom, Dragonshire, and Infernal. In terms of maps, I think we're probably going to Sky Temple here.
That's a very likely choice, but there are still other options, of course. And ETC, maybe if they wanted to go a little bit more macro, using just not fighting too much, if they can lose a member or maybe up to 2 using from that Void Prison, Apocalypse, and Twilight Dream combo. But if they out macro, just catch up to level and then maybe try to fight later somehow, I think that could have been a better chance compared to taking the Mosh. Actually, also trying to fight when there are just so many CCs to cut off the Mosh.
They were never going to steal the Punisher ever in that situation. It was like, I think when they decided to go in, it was probably like somewhere between 28 and 32 monsters already dead. They went in anyways into a superior position. Magi went first, so of course he died first with all the CC you were talking about there. And if they lost that Punisher, maybe they lose a keep. Worst case scenario, they get wiped, they lose the game. And so that decision there was a poor one, especially in terms of results. You made the argument that I think is the only real argument you can make is pre-20. They wanted to take that fight pre-20,
Yeah,
but
same
that's not the
talent.
way to do it.
Yeah, that's not the way to do it, but it was their last chance taken. And Jaehyun really staying on that back line and Uj on that Zarya just shielding at the right time. I know you might think it's just what's so hard about just shielding your front liner whenever he goes in, but it actually the timing of the shield and the amount of energy you have to keep to do the damage. We did not actually see how much exact damage Zarya put in that game, but Zarya actually does a lot of damage and pretty fast wave clear too. So Zarya is very important, as you can see, was banned so many times during HGC Korea.
Expulsion zone really powerful too.
Yep.
Not to forget about that. And APOC, Void Prison, Hooligan very aggressive there in that game. I feel like, yeah, he did play well, and it's our first time seeing Diablo in the tournament, but I think without Good playing that well, maybe people look back at the game and say Hooligan played poorly. I think he played